it's difficult to know what to do with the shadows, so in this video I'll show you what I do for mixing shadow colors. So I start with my so-called base shadow color mixture, which is a mixture of cadmium orange and ultramarine blue, and I mix that together. Different brands, there'll be different sort of proportional ratios, like sometimes the orange pigment is really intense, sometimes the blue pigment is really intense. In this case I've used a little bit more cadmium orange in proportion, to the amount of ultramarine blue, and I just mix it up, and you can see it makes what is sort of like a greenish brown, this really complex, rich, varied, beautiful greenish brown color. So this is what I call my base shadow color mixture, and from there, when I'm mixing the shadows, I'll sort of tint it in various directions. So a lot of the time I'll actually use my base flesh color to lighten the note just a little bit, and you can watch my previous video for information about that color, the mixture of that. But basically I'll just mix in a little bit of this base flesh color, and it just lightens it a little bit, and it kind of brings out the color of the kind of green brown a little bit more, and sometimes from there I might let's also do that in this one, and then once I've done that, I might kind of judge the color of the model, or whatever reference I'm working from, and see if sometimes it needs to be adjusted by adding a little burnt sienna to make it a bit warmer. Sometimes there'll be areas of the shadows that are like edged towards the warmer hues, and this burnt sienna is a nice rich kind of color. And actually sometimes for the extremely warm notes I'll just use straight burnt sienna, and then sometimes I'll end up having to cool the color, in which case a lot of the time I'll use just the tiniest bit of Prussian blue, and that'll just give like a slightly cool edge to the color. So that gives you an idea of how I use this base shadow color mixture and tint it with warms and cools to get the temperature changes in the shadows.